let me take you to a journey that may seem unconventional, but definitely it has changed and transformed many lives in a profound way. Representing my country, India, in the Asian Championship and getting a bronze medal made me realize that hockey is just not a passion, it's actually the way of life. One day, two friends went to see a roller hockey match, and one was very happy cheering for the country, but the other one was very sad. The other one said, "Hey, why are you not happy?" He said, "I'm not happy because I can't understand one thing, but that why 10 people are running after only one ball, fighting over it. Why can't each one have their own ball?" The other person said, "Oh my God. Now I realize why you're not getting happy seeing the game because you don't know the rules of the game. Until unless you won't know the rules, how will you enjoy the game?" That was the day when I realized, oh yes, hockey, when we think about hockey, when we think about roller hockey, fashion, speed, thrill, competition, my team, opponent team, rivals, so much passion. But what did I think? Roller hockey is just about that? No. You know, when you see hockey, when you see a match, have you seen that there are always two teams in hockey? And when you are playing, you're playing from your team, you have a stick, you have one ball, and you have a lot of people with that ball supporting you to reach to that eternal goal, and also many people opposing you to reach that goal. There are many people who will be like, "Give me a pass," but what you have to do? You have to be very wise. You have to keep the ball, which is the opportunity of your life, with you, dodging all the negatives that come your way. If you will not dodge the ball, if you will not take the help of those people who are in your team, you will lose the game. In life, we have to be always prepared. This is what life is. Imagine if I say, let's play a hockey match, but there is not going to be any opponent team. Do you think there can be any match possible? Then how can you imagine a life which has no negativity? No people opposing you, demotivating you, but you have to choose that these are my people and I am going to take the help, dodge my opportunity, and reach to that goal. Yes, children, that one goal. Have you seen in any hockey match many goalposts? No. There is always one goalpost, and the entire team runs to reach that one goalpost. All the concentration, all the struggle is to reach that one. Till the time you will not be clear in your life that what is that one thing for you, how do you think you'll be able to touch the world and reach to that one eternal goal? That can be any goal. Your career, your friend circle, your marriage, your social, your eternal, spiritual, any kind of goal for that matter. I was just reflecting upon one thing, that while playing, there is one more thing that really attracted me. I used to think I'm playing, there's so many people coming my way, meeting I don't even know those people. But my ultimate goal is to not get affected by their presence. But what happens with us? When people who are in not favor, they come our way. 1,000 people favoring us would not matter, but those two people who are against us will matter the most. Trust me, if you are playing well, if you have good control over your stick and your ball, if you have good connection with your team, then you will be able to score the goal and win the game. One thing very important, children, you have to understand and realize that no matter how busy you are playing, no matter how occupied and concentrated you are to achieve that goal, trust me, when you're playing, dodging the ball, and if there is somebody who's trying to hit the person who is in the opponent team and thinking nobody has seen that I'm hitting the other person or probably doing some falls, trust me, you'll hear the whistle. Fee! What will be the whistle like? This is going to be the referee, who is watching the entire game that you are playing. You might feel nobody is watching me. I can strike a foul and probably do the game, but that is not going to help you win this world of battles. You have to be fair in your approach, because if you are not being fair towards life, life is never going to be fair towards you. There were four friends who were partying one whole night. Next day, they had a very important examination. So, when they reached for the examination, they didn't prepare at all. And when they reached, they had their clothes torn. So the teacher asked, "What happened to you? Why are your clothes torn?" They said, "Ma'am, we had gone to see my father. He's in the hospital. And when we were coming back, the tire of our car got punctured. We had to push the car and we had to reach the school." The teacher was like, "Oh my God, my poor, cute children. It's okay." They're like, "Ma'am, we couldn't prepare for the examination." "It's all right. You come after 10 days and give the examination." The children were very happy, very excited. Yay! We were successful in fooling the ma'am and the world. 10 days later, they came back for the examination. The teacher was like, "Are you happy? Your father is all right?" "Yes." "The car is okay?" "Yes, ma'am." "Please sit down." The four of them were made to sit in four different rooms and had one question paper each. The first question of that question paper stated, "What's your name?" That carried 1 marks in the question paper. The second question carried 99 marks. And do you know what that question was? That question was, "Please tell me which tire of your car broke down when you were coming for the examination 10 days back." And to your surprise and to your surprise, the answer was different for all of them. And this is when they were caught. Don't think that you're smart enough that you can fool the entire world and still be successful. No mantra, no equation. The only true and effective means of success is patience. You have to be very balanced. You have to first monitor that what is the other team and other people doing. What is their attitude? Are they overconfident? Are they underconfident? Who is the best player of their team? Whom we have to target? We have to think that this person needs to be all the time surrounded. Only then, with tactics, being wise, you'll be able to go to their territory, win over them, and score a goal. Don't think that this life is going to be a cakewalk. This life is just like this roller hockey match. And not just roller hockey match, everything and anything that you do is going to be the same way. You have to be prepared. If there is day, you can never fight with the world to say that I don't want the night to come. If there is day, the night will come. Only person who is struggling for the night to not come is going to suffer. But all those who are easy, who are susceptible, who are encouraging towards change, who have the quality of responding, not reacting, these are two very powerful words of a successful person. You know what is reacting means? That somebody threw a ball on me, I held the ball, and without thinking, I throw the ball again. That means something came to me. How dare you said that to me? And you fight for that. How dare you did that to me? You fight for that. But there is second option that comes on the way to those people who are successful in real term, and that is the act, the the art of responding. Responding means the ball came to you. Now you have the ball, you have the power, you have the urge to decide what you want to do with that ball. Do you want to randomly throw it here, there? No. I want to keep the ball, think what I can do best with the ball, and then throw the ball in the right direction. That is called responding. If you really want to be successful in your life, may that be your career, studies, or any other aspect of life, the key is first, learn the act of responding. Be patient. You know what happened once? Once there was a girl, she was very poor. Her father had taken a lot of loan from the landlord. So the landlord came to him and said, I would want to marry your daughter. If you marry her to me, I will let you go. I will not take any money from you. So the girl was very small. The entire village started to say, oh my God, what rubbish is this? How can this person ask for the hand of such a small girl? The landlord got scared. He said, okay, I'm going to have a deal. So that entire village had two types of stones in it. One was the white stones and black stones. So that landlord got a proposal that, I'm going to put two stones in a bag, and I will give this girl the opportunity to pick one stone from the bag. If she picks up the white stone, then I will let go of her and even the money. But if she picks up the black stone, please listen to this very carefully. If that girl picks up the black stone, then she has to marry me. He asked the entire, the village people, are you all okay with it? They all said, yes, it's fair. If this girl is destined to be yours, this should happen. So everybody was very happy. The girl got very scared. Oh my God, my fate in the hands of white and black? Is this what God has destined for me? She started to pray and say, oh my God, what will happen? What will happen? Suddenly her eye caught a very weird situation. She saw that the landlord had put two black stones in that pouch from which she had to take out the stone. She said, oh my God, he is such a liar. He is putting two black stones so that irrespective, black is going to come out because that is the color which is there in the bag. How will I win? And if I oppose it, he's a powerful landlord. He said, oh my God, I'm sorry. By mistake, I had put two. Now you know I'll put one black and white. Again, the chances of me being taken away will be 50-50. She got very scared. Then she was wise. She didn't react like we all do. Something wrong happens. Oh my God, how could you do this to me? My life is ruined. I have nothing to do. I can't go anywhere. This is what we do when something wrong happens to us. But she was wise. What did she do? She went to that platform where she had to take out one stone from the pouch. And when she took out one stone, it was in her hand. She and the landlord were the only people who knew that it's a black stone. She behaved, or you could say she acted, that she is not feeling well and she fainted on the floor. She fainted on the floor, she fell, and the black stone which was there in her hand got mixed with all the black stones on the floor. So the moment she fell down, the landlord was like, oh my God, are you crazy? How did you fall down? She said, oh, I'm really sorry. I just fainted. I'm not eaten for 3-4 days. I'm really sorry about that. Then everybody started, now what? She said, don't worry. Even if I fell down, it's all right. But can we check the pouch? Because the pouch had only two possibilities. One could be white and the other could be black. If the pouch is having white stone, that means I was holding the black stone. That is my destiny. But if the pouch is having the black stone, that means I was holding the white stone. So now, since she fell down and when the pouch was open, it carried the black stone. That means the stone that she picked for her destiny was the white stone. And white stone said that she is a free girl now. This is what being wise means. The game of life is always going to have two teams, yours and not yours. If imagine I ask you, play a hockey match with me, but there should not be any rivalry team. Do you think the game is going to be possible? Do you think there can be any success or failure? No. So it is very, very important to understand that this world, which is a game in itself, will always have many people to support you, to demotivate you. But the key to success, the key to that eternal logical goal of yours is know your hockey, know your ball, know your opportunity, know your people. Take help from those people and dodge all the negativity that you come across in your life, and make sure that you strike the ball so hard into that eternal goal that nobody can stop it from reaching its right place. That is the role of dedication, role of patience, wise, and this is how hockey affected my life. The key to a successful life is being patient, being focused, being determined. A lot of people come to me, please tell me how can I be stable? Practice. How can I stop overthinking? Get busy. How can I be more productive? Do hard work. These are the only things that are going to help you. Please, there is no mantra, there is no shortcuts to a successful life. Thomas Edison tried 9,999 times to invent the bulb. It was the 10,000th time that he was able to make it. But when he made it, he told, I knew that 9,999 is not my failures. They are those ways that taught me that bulb will definitely not be invented by at least these ways. That is the approach one should have towards life. I'm running short of time. Thank you so much for having me. And I hope this game of roller hockey will inspire you to become more productive, more determined, know your goal, know your people, know the opponent team as well. Be focused and strike the goal. You'll be very, very successful. Shri Radha Ramana Lal ki jai.